Jamaa kutiba mali naftua.
Senior, millionaire one. Hey, good news. Well done. Masalah kayak kamu tu adua kayak tu masalah itu anda bapa kakak yang itu masalah kayak dua solar jasa. Kudus, kai komi kaji, wairo, ala wairo, well best. Kudus manfian, well best, hero, well best.
When I started the national team, it wasn't easy for me. The pressure and all that, it wasn't easy for me. So I need time, but I was lucky because you had Asama who was flying, you had Dede who was flying, you had players who were flying. So, you know, they protected me and they guided me well. And that's why today I am where I am as well. Because honestly, like, obviously it's big responsibility as an owner to, you know, to obviously captain the national team, the Black Star national team. To be honest with you guys, I'm not someone who thinks about like captain or some leadership role, but I'm just someone who just wants to just enjoy his football and enjoying playing football and winning games and scoring goals and making people happy, you know, because football is all about that, to make people happy, and football is a powerful game. But obviously this captainship thing, there was a lot of talks and you know, I was always quiet in my corner, you know, always quiet as usual. No, I don't focalize on all those things, and you know, it just happened naturally, I think. And you know, I'm honored, I'm proud, you know, but as well, it demands a lot of work and, you know, a lot of responsibilities. But you know, I've been with the best, so I've learned from the best, whether it's Samoa, whether it's Andre, you know, I've learned from them, and you know, I'll try and pick up things from their qualities, and obviously for me, you know, to be myself, because when I'm myself, I'm at my best. When I'm not myself, then I become a bit, let's say, unproductive. So, you know, I just take it calmly and, you know, stay positive.
You talk about the natural flow. You were in your corner, it just came to you. Your dad, the legendary Abedi Pele, was captain. Your elder brother, Andre, was also captain. Now you are captain. What is it about their youth and leadership? What do you think it is? Born leaders?
Well, honestly, like, there's a lot of things that happen that me personally, I don't even think about. You know, like, you know, this captainship thing, you know. I'm someone who believes in destiny, you know, and I think it's just something that was written in the stars, maybe, possibly, you know, but, you know, it's something, we're just passionate. We're just a passionate family. We just want to do our best. Let the people enjoy our game, you know, and that's it. But at the end of the day, things happen. It's only God knows, and we take it in good faith, and, you know, we keep on doing our job.
Any advice from Andre that this?
Yeah, you know, me and Andre are very close. It's my big brother, and you know, obviously, you know, he congratulated me and gave me some advice, and someone as well gave me some advice. So,
Okay.
you know, I'm open to everything, and you know, I'm not someone who is ignorant, or you know, I'm someone who's just calm. And you know, since I've been in the national team, since I was 19, I'm still the same today at 33. So, keep on taking advices and things, and it have made me grown and grown and grown, and to become who I am today. So I'm going to keep on doing that, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. The past few years have been quite difficult for the Black Stars. Back-to-back AFCON exit at the group stages. Now a failure to qualify for the AFCON. You've been around for a long time. You've witnessed the highs. 2014 World Cup, you were there. 2015 AFCON final, 2017 semi-final. What do you think has changed, and what do you think, per your assessment, what do you think has gone wrong that has caused this sort of stuff?
Well, personally, I think, you know, in football, there's stages, you know, and when you look at even normal club football, you know, international football, there's periods, you know, and we're in a period of transition, you know, and when you're in a period of transition, things can go well, things can go not so well, you know, and we're in a period of transition, I think, since 2020. And obviously the manager came in, OTTO, and had different ideas. And so it takes time. It takes time, and it takes time, of course. A lot of changes, like, in terms of personnel, players, a lot of changes, you know, at some point we were like having maybe 10, 11, 12 new players at different stages of the different call-ups. So, you know, it demands time, it demands, you know, patience, but for me, I just think that it's just a time where we're struggling a bit, but we have the quality, we have the players to turn it around, you know, and, you know, we don't have the team of 2006 to 2000, let's say 19. We don't, because even from 2006, 2010, you know, the transition was smooth because you had the under-20s who just came in and like he made it, and you had couple, and there was a call, you know, but this transition was a bit radical, let me say. But at the end of the day, you know, it's football, and I feel like the coach and the GFA have plans, you know, on a long term, and they made the decision, and, you know, we respect it, and, you know, we need to adapt and work towards it. So, you know, for me personally, there's no big problem. Of course, we're a country where we want to win every time, but we need to understand that sometimes, you know, there's a period of transition, and when you have a lot of new players, and especially young players who are not experienced, who don't have much caps, it's not easy, because international football and club football is totally different, you know, and, you know, we have a lot of players who are from, like, let me say, someone like, I'll use an example, like Inaki, Antoine, Tariq, you know, they're Ghanaians, but they grew up in Europe. So for those type of players, they need time to adapt and to gel, you know, the culture and everything. So there's a lot of things, but they're getting better, they're adapting, they're getting better. And, you know, all those things have to come together. And when it comes together, then we'll just get back to where we were before.
Very good. The head coach, OTTO ADDO, he's received a lot of criticism. Even recently, the newly appointed sports minister even gave his reservations about him. From where you sit, representing the playing body, do you think that criticism is fair?
Well, that is, for me, you know, for me personally, my view is that, like I said, we're in a period of transition. So it can be positive, or it can be a bit negative. When the results are not there, of course, the manager and the players, you get the backlash or the criticism and all those things. But we're professional football, we're professional players, and you need to have the mentality and the strength to stand up for the challenge. There's pressure. Playing for Ghana, there's huge pressure. If I say there's no pressure, I'm lying. There's huge pressure, massive pressure. But you know, we're professional footballers, so you need to stand up to the challenge. You need to be ready, and obviously the boys are ready. And you know, I personally believe that, you know, obviously you don't always have to blame someone, and that is the nature of the game. But we believe in the management team that we have. We believe in, you know, in the JFA and everything. So we buy to everything they want to do, and you know, we can't stop people from criticism and all those things. You can't stop it. It's part of the game. So what we just have to do is to turn things around. And that's what we're working on, to turn things around. And hopefully from these two games, we can show a good image of ourselves and turn things around.
Yeah. Let's talk about the playing body now. You spoke about, you can't stop what people say, but one thing that is at the top of the list of basically the vocal cry from a lot of people outside is the relationship in camp. How is it like between the players? There's been a lot of talk about friction. You guys don't get along. How true or not?
Obviously, we're not best friends. You can't be best friends. Everyone has his ways. Everyone has his people that is more closer to, or more, you know, there's no problem. There's no friction. It's just, we know what we have to do. We are together. You know, for me, we are like brothers, you know, but it doesn't mean that it's like, you know, in a family, you feel you're closer maybe to your sister more than your brother, but it doesn't mean that you don't love them, or do you understand? It's similar, you know. So no, we're all good friends. The boys, they listen, they respect, you know. Of course, sometimes in a family, there's one or two misunderstanding, but it's part of life. It's part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't disrupt the whole setup, you know. And, you know, for me personally, I haven't seen any problems since I'm here, you know. Yes, it's a different generation, it's a different mindset, it's a new, you know, squad coming up. But when I was here before, when there was the likes of Samoa, Wakasu, Dede and things, yeah, some people could argue, they could argue on the pitch, but when training is finished, you finish press, they're laughing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's just a mentality that was instilled at that time, you know. And now it's a bit different, but there's no problem, you know.
Yeah.
There's no problem. Like I said, there's young boys. I'm 33. You have boys who are 19, 20. Of course, I'm not good friends with them. It's normal. You understand? But I don't see them as my little brothers and things. I don't care about age. The moment we're together, we're all together. So I speak to them normally, you know, when I have to speak to them. Today, you know, the little Bonsuba came into my room. We had a conversation. He just came by his own self. He came to my room, asked me some advice, and I gave him the advice. You know, I'm free. I'm open to anyone that wants to come and have a conversation with me. You know, and if I feel like I have to speak to someone because maybe someone is going through a difficult spell, or, you know, or he's doing well, I'm the first person to congratulate. You know, so I have no problem in that sense. No, not at all.
And another thing that seems to be of a worry when we watch you guys at the club level, Leicester may not be doing well, but you're still part of the top scorers for Leicester. Semenyo is doing brilliantly at Bournemouth. Nyaki is bagging at 6 goals for Bilbao. We saw Kudus when he came to the Premier League last season. Even Fatal was brilliant with Leicester this season. Unfortunately, the injury, but before that, he was doing brilliantly. It's like when you come to the national team, then there's like a freeze. You guys are not able to translate that form. You mentioned earlier that club football and national team football. Give us the sense. How difficult is it to transition?
It's different because first of all, you have the weather, you have the pitch, and the chemistry. Did you understand? So what I mean by chemistry is, for instance, maybe Chad. I heard they have 10 players from one team in their squad or something like that. You know, they've been playing for 1 year, so they have the natural understanding. But I've never played with Semenyo in club football. I've never played with Inaki, only in the national team. And before a game, you have maybe 2 days or 3 days to train. Yeah. So it will take time. It will take time. That's what I mean. It will take time. You know, and for me, that is the main thing. But it doesn't mean that they're not quality players or they can't perform in Africa. Of course. But it's just that the pitch, the understanding between me and Inaki or me and Semenyo is not quite there. Is it moving like this? I'm not sure. But in the club football, you know that your partner is moving there. You don't need to look. You just hit the ball there. Do you understand the understanding? We'll get better. We'll get better. You know, it will get better because obviously at the beginning, personally, it was a bit kind of difficult because there was a lot of, every time there's new set of players in the squad, so it's difficult. It's not an excuse because you still have to find a way and perform. Because sometimes when I come for holidays, I play with my friends and things. I've never played them the whole year, but we still enjoy ourselves. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So we still have to find that thing. But the other thing is that the pressure as well, you know, the young players, they need to get used to the pressure. And for me, when I started the national team, it wasn't easy for me. The pressure and all that, it wasn't easy for me. So you need time. But I was lucky because you had Asama who was flying, you had Dede who was flying, you had players who were flying. So, you know, they protected me and they guided me well. And that's why today I am where I am as well, because they protected me and they guided me well. Asamoah, Dede, you know, Sule Muntari, even Michael Essien, I played a little bit with them. You know, when you have those players, they just guide you and all the pressure goes into them. So you don't have pressure. Do you understand what I mean? And they've done, for me, you know, I'll always be grateful and respectful to my seniors, you know. And obviously now it's not easy because maybe I'm there's only me and Thomas. Yeah. You know, and the rest are like, you know, kind of young. Okay, Kudus, because Kudus have been in the national for maybe 5 years now, you know, so it's kind of, you know. So it's, you know, the rest, but honestly, I'm confident and I'm positive. I think it's just a period of transition. So let's say, look at Man City this year.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? They've won for maybe 3-4 years and now they're a bit in a difficult period because some players, maybe they don't have the not motivation, but it's kind of the end of an era. So now you need to rebuild. And that's why Man City have paid so much money in January, tries Walker left and, you know, trying to refreshing the thing. And this is what is happening. You know, it's just that the results are not following. But if the results were there, no one will have the same approach, you know, or this conversation. But, you know, it's time. It's a period of transition. You need to be a bit patient and support us and be positive. We know it can be frustrating at times. We know it. Yeah. We know it can be frustrating because I know how passionate Ghanaians are. But I'm pleading with them, you know, they need to be a bit patient and support the boys because without them, we can't perform, you know. So for me, I just think it's just a matter of time and patience, but we'll come good.